everyone, I'm here at the Bible reading. I hope you're having a good day. Hi Layla, hi Emil. Okay guys, our prayer request. Please keep the following people in prayer. Sherm, Rhonda Karshner. My mom has to get a mammogram in December. It's the first one since she had breast cancer. So please pray that she gets good news and is cancer free. That's in December. That'd be an even worse time to get bad news, wouldn't it? Around Christmas time. But she's doing everything. She went through all the radiation. She's taken that hormone pill for 5 years. So please keep her in your prayers that the mammogram comes back good and her blood work comes back good. Please pray for Cindy and Jim, Bonnie Jean, whose family is still, she lives in Canada, so they still got the fires going on there. They haven't stopped yet. And please pray for Bonnie's husband, Randy, to be able to get some work. Everything's hard everywhere right now. It's plain and simple. It's just hard for everybody. And the way inflation is over here, I don't know how it is in Canada, but I mean, everything over here keeps going up. It's crazy. It's like we're going to have to cancel our cable. On Monday, I'm calling to cancel it because I got my bill today, and instead of it being, and keep in mind we only get 10 channels because I dropped it down so we could afford it more. And now my bill went to, it was supposed to stay permanently at $134. But now I got the bill today and it's $180. And we just can't afford that. So I'm calling Monday to tell them to take the cable off. They also raised the internet to like $10 or $20 more. Everything is raising. Okay, excuse me. Please pray for Layla and her son Emil, Dora Carper, Joyce Light, Patton Wetzel Dempsey, Jason Dempsey, Jimmy Myers. As you know, Jimmy, my nephew, our oldest nephew, moved to Tennessee, to a completely other state alone. And he's already got a job, and he just moved there maybe last week, wasn't it? It was real soon. And he's already got a job. He'll be working at Walmart. He's got the apartment. Today he was cooking, doing his laundry, doing all that stuff himself. You know, he called me and Mom, you know, asking how to, and his sister, because she had the same washing machines. I guess it's the kind that stack on top of each other. And, you know, asking how to use it, but he's doing it all himself. Okay. Please pray for Abby and Liam, Danette Rager, Elizabeth Jeffries, Ray and Donna Dunlap, Randy Post, Cohen Richmond, Nellie Stanley, and please keep praying for the fires in Canada to be put out, and the devastation in Maui, of course. And Florida has had hurricanes, and it's just bad everywhere right now. Okay guys, so today we're going to be reading 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verses 1 through 15, Psalm 53, and Proverbs chapter 22 verses 28 and 29. Okay, so in 2 Corinthians, we'll be talking about Paul and the false apostles. Who are the false apostles? Is Paul one of them? Let's see what he says. I hope you will put up with me in a little foolishness. Yes, please put up with me. I am jealous for you with a godly jealousy. I promised you to one husband, to Christ, so that I might present you as a pure virgin to him. But I am afraid that just as Eve was deceived by the serpent's cunning, your minds may somehow be led astray from your sincere and pure devotion to Christ. For if someone comes to you and preaches a Jesus other than the Jesus we preached, or if you receive a different spirit from the spirit you received, or a different gospel from the one you accepted, you put up with it easily enough. I do not think I am in the least inferior to those super apostles. I'm sure he's talking about the popular apostles, the original apostles, like Peter, James, John, the other Judas, not Judas Iscariot, Andrew, Bartholomew, I may indeed be untrained as a speaker, but I do have knowledge. We have made this perfectly clear to you in every way. Was it a sin for me to lower myself in order to elevate you by preaching the gospel of God to you free of charge? I robbed other churches by receiving support from them so as to serve you. And when I was with you and needed something, I was not a burden to anyone, for the brothers who came from Macedonia supplied what I needed. And Paul was also a tent maker. None of the disciples, when they went somewhere, begged for anything. Like, give me money so I can survive. And they worked for what they needed. They didn't hurt nobody for what they needed or beg. They took care of themselves. I have kept myself from being a burden to you in any way, and will continue to do so. As surely as the truth of Christ is in me, nobody in the regions of Achaia will stop this boasting of mine. Why? Because I do not love you? God knows I do. And I will keep on doing what I am doing in order to cut the ground from under those who want an opportunity to be considered equal with us in the things they boast about. For such people are false apostles, deceitful workers, masquerading as apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. It is not surprising then, if his servants also masquerade as servants of righteousness. Their end will be what their actions deserve. As all of us, we will all answer for what we have done, the good and the bad. Nobody can help you. Jesus can intercede to God on your behalf. If you've been saved through Jesus, you are made anew. And Jesus will be right there with you when you face God and be like, they are one of mine. I know them. They are good. And, God will let you in. You will be his child, an heir to Jesus as a brother or sister. But the people that don't know God follow false apostles, false teachers, like many pastors on television do, who have thousands and thousands of people in their audience, and they're preaching stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the gospel. Some of the people claim to be pastors, and they're just telling people what they want to hear, not what they need to tell them. And this one person asked this TV preacher, very famous, don't you think you need to preach to them about the wrong they're doing and how to stay away from that and that stuff? And he's like, no, I don't think so, because people already know what they're doing wrong. They need to hear the good stuff. He's like the motivational speaker, but masquerades as a pastor. Only tells people what they want to hear. It's not like, if you don't accept Jesus, if you don't turn to God, you're going to hell. Hell is real. Hell is 100% real. And if you are not saved, it don't matter how good of a person you are, you will go to hell if you are not saved through Jesus. Jesus is the one and only way to heaven. The only way. And I heard people on there saying, there's other ways to heaven besides Jesus. Any spirituality, any religion is right. whatever they want to be their God. That is right. No, it's not. No, it is not. Jesus Christ, read my lips. Jesus Christ, listen to my words. Jesus Christ is the only way to heaven. The only way. It don't matter if you are the best person in this world and everybody in this world praises you. It does not matter. They cannot save your soul. When you go there, God, we know this person. They're amazing. You have to let them in. Jesus will say, I do not know them. I don't know you. Away from me, you evildoers. And they'll be cast into hell right with you. And those people will be screaming at you saying, why didn't you tell us the truth? Why did you lie to us? And you'll all be in hell for eternity together. And those people, because of the way you preached and didn't tell them what they needed to hear. You only worried about telling them what they wanted to hear, so they'd keep coming and you'd get more money. Who cares about money? That money's not going to go with you either. Money is the root of all evil. Remember that. Satan puts that there, and he gets a lot of souls for that. I'll give, like he told Jesus, remember, I'll give you all of this. When he took him up to the top of the mountain, and you could see, all the stuff around. I'll give you all of this if you just bow down and worship me. Jesus is like, away from me, Satan. Get behind me, Satan. You are to worship God and God alone. God is the only one. It's so aggravating when those people do that, when I see it on there. And they say that stuff, and they'll put stuff on there that you'll see. And then they'll ask them a question about it later, and they'll lie right to your face. Because they'll show clips of what they said before, and they deny saying it. They brag about the stuff they have, private jets, and all that. That one pastor was like, and people go to these people, clap their hands. No matter what they say, they are like entranced. This one was saying, I have 8 chandeliers in my house, and one of them is worth more than your whole house. Now, this was a pastor on TV saying this. If you're a true Christian, you know what I'm saying. That's evil. That's evil. Who cares about that stuff? They do. Because all they care about is the money. The root of all evil. And they are worshiping Satan. You cannot worship God and money. So when they're doing that, they're worshiping Satan. Because that money is not going to get them to heaven, and Satan surely won't either. And they think like Satan cares about them, like people that sacrifice to Satan. No, he doesn't. He'll act like he does here on this earth. Remember, Satan is the father of lies, the prince of this world. Every time he opens his mouth, he's lying. He'll say and do whatever to make you think he's on your side. And then when you get to hell, he'll be laughing in your face, right with the demons. You'll be right there being tortured. You're not going to join them like a best friend. Ain't going to happen. And I will keep on doing what I am doing in order to cut the ground from under those who want an opportunity to be considered equal with us in the things they boast about. For such people are false apostles, deceitful workers masquerading as apostles of Christ. And no wonder, for Satan himself masqueraded as an angel of light. Remember, Satan was, when he was Lucifer in heaven, he was one of God's top angels. He was one of the 3 archangels. An angel of light. But he wanted to be powerful than God. He wanted to be God. And angels that were on his side went with him. That's why they're called the fallen angels. Because they were bad as well. It is not surprising then if his servants also masquerade as servants of righteousness, their end will be what their actions deserve. You can hide stuff from everybody. You can hide something from everybody in this world, and they'll all believe you, worship you, think you're the greatest person. But remember, God and Jesus, they see Jesus and God, everything, single thing you do. They know what you're thinking, they know what's in your heart, and you cannot hide nothing from them. Nothing. What is done in the dark will be brought to the light. You cannot keep nothing to God, and you cannot hide from God. God made this world and us and everything in it. You can't hide from Him. You hide in the deepest, darkest cave in the very corner of the earth, far, far away. God knows you're right there. He made that place. He made you. You cannot hide from Him. And you will face Him one day. And whether you face Him and go to heaven or hell is totally your decision, because you can choose. Jesus and God gave you the opportunity by God sending His one and only Son to die for us, for our sins. Jesus didn't have to do it, but He did, because they love us that much. And you have the opportunity from them to be saved through Jesus and go to heaven, to paradise for eternity, or to take advantage of what Jesus and God done for you, spit on it, throw it away, and do what you want. You will spend eternity in hell, and you won't get out. You'll be tortured every day, every second of your life, your soul, which you'll feel even more than in the person, in your body. And that will be forever and ever and ever. You may laugh at what I'm saying now, but one day you'll find out it's true. You'll find out. And trust me, you don't want to go to hell. It's not a joke. It is not a joke. And if you're not teaching your kids, and you're teaching them to not want anything to do with God, or to worship Satan, whatever you're doing, not telling them about God, you better hope they find God when they're older, when they make it to be older, God willing. Because little kids, you know, they don't know nothing unless they're taught. And if you're teaching them the wrong way, or not teaching them at all, you're also leading your children, the ones you love, to hell as well with you. And it'll be your fault. When they are older, hopefully, if they make it to be older, they will turn to God. But remember, you're the one not teaching your children. You need to teach them about God and the right way about God. Not bad things. God's not real. Or God doesn't love everybody. Why did He let this happen? Good things are from the Lord. Bad things are from Satan. Remember that. You'll be known by your fruits, what you do. Bad fruit cannot produce good actions, and good fruit cannot produce bad actions. You'll be known by your fruits. Please don't do that to your children. I have family like that. Please don't do that. Okay guys, so that's where we're stopping with 2 Corinthians. And now we're going to read Psalm 53 for the director of music according to Malach, a Maskil of David. This one is very fitting with what we were saying. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt, and their ways are vile. There is no one who does good. God looks down from heaven on all mankind to see if there are any who understand, any who seek God. Everyone has turned away. All have become corrupt. There is no one who does good. not even one. Do all these evildoers know nothing? They devour my people as though eating bread. They never call on God, but there they are, overwhelmed with dread, where there was nothing to dread. God scattered the bones of those who attacked you. You put them to shame, for God despised them. Oh, that salvation for Israel would come out of Zion, when God restores his people. Let Jacob rejoice and Israel be glad. And they will. The fool says in their heart, there is no God. When you hear that and hear God saying he looks down on earth and there's no one who does good, not even one. That reminds you of the Old Testament where Abraham was talking with God and God was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah with fire and brimstone, which he did, because all the people in both those cities were horrible, horrible people. And Abraham's nephew, Lot, and his family lived there. And Abraham's, what if there's 10 people in the city that does good? God said, for those 10 people, if there is 10 people that do good in that whole city, I will not destroy it for their sake. And Abraham kept going down. And what if there's 5? What if there's one good person there? God said, if there's one good person in that terrible city of evil, I will save that city for them. Well, the only good people that were there were Lot, his wife and children. And I think he had an angel there with him at the time. And God told them to go get Lot and his family. You know, get them out of there. And then he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And because remember when they were leaving, Lot and his family, God told them, don't look back. Just to keep on going, don't look back. And Lot's wife turned around and looked back, you know, at the fire and brimstone coming down, the cities being destroyed. And she was instantly turned into a pillar of salt. So she was punished for disobeying God. And Lot and his kids, you know, had to keep going on. I believe he had 2 daughters. And what happened after that was kind of, you know, but anyway, they got rescued. But she turned into a pillar of salt. And Sodom and Gomorrah were completely destroyed. All right. Okay, so now we're going to saying 5 and saying 6 of the 30 sayings of the wise. Proverbs 22, verses 28 and 29. Saying 5. Do not move an ancient boundary stone set up by your ancestors. And saying 6. Do you see someone skilled in their work? They will serve before kings. They will not serve before officials of low rank. Alright guys, well that was our Bible reading for today. I hope it touched your hearts. I hope you guys are having a great rest of your day. It looks like it might rain here, and we really hope it does, because we haven't got rain in a good while. A really good while. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. And God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye guys. God bless.